Top 5 Dogs with Unusual Jobs. Canines are humankind's closest companions. As soon as people enticed wolves into being cordial with certain pieces of food, human and canine advancement has gone connected at the hip. Today we have reared our closest companions into an astonishing scope of breeds to suit any positions that we need accomplished for us. From sheepdogs to lapdogs, there is a canine for each activity, and a portion of those positions are more bizarre than you might suspect. Here are 10 positions you never realized a canine could do. Number 1. Helping children testify. Is there much else ameliorating than a canine believing you enough to let you pet them? At the point when they lay their head on your knee, you realize you have made another companion. It's not simply a warm inclination they can give. Canines have been utilized to enable the general set of laws to work with their ameliorating presence. Kids who need to affirm in court can discover it preliminary because of the weight put on them by the circumstance. With an appointed authority, legal counselors, and a jury all gazing at them, a small kid can be horribly threatened. That is the place a canine buddy can prove to be useful. Canines are being utilized to enable kids to affirm. A prepared canine can enable a youngster to directly from the second they report a wrongdoing to police until they talk in court. When in court, the canine is typically disguised with the observer behind the stand. This lets them comfort the kid without diverting the jury, as people will frequently give more consideration to a canine than the individual with them. Number 2. Friar. Canines and religion are an awesome blend. From Saint Roche, a holy person who was ameliorated by his canine, to Saint Christopher, who was frequently portrayed with a canine's head, to Saint Guy Mayfort, a canine who was made a holy person, mankind's adoration for canines has regularly approached love. On a more unremarkable level, priests and houses of worship would regularly keep canines to watch their entryways. One religious community in Bolivia has concluded that one canine is such a decent kid that he merits his own uniform. Monk Carmelo is a Schnauzer. Carmelo was captured wearing a smaller than usual rendition of the priest's own propensity, taken from a mannequin used to interest youngsters. From that point forward, the canine minister has become a web-based media sweetheart. His web fans have named him Friar Mustache for his unmistakable facial hair. While the official conviction of Catholics is that creatures can't get into paradise since they need everlasting spirits, their spirits pass on with their bodies. A few popes have left the pearly gates somewhat slightly open for our creature companions. Pope Paul VI revealed to one kid whose canine had kicked the bucket that one day, we will see our creatures again in the unfathomable length of time of Christ. Heaven is available to the entirety of God's animals. Number 3. Truffle hunters. Truffles are one of the most important groceries on Earth. Due to their harmonious relationship with trees and their intricate life cycle, it isn't workable for us to cultivate truffles. On the off chance that we need their rich flavor in our food, we need to go out chasing for them, however not with our own restricted noses. A few creatures have considerably more touchy feelings of smell than we do. Pigs are notable for their capacity to snuffle out truffles under the ground, however they additionally tend to eat the truffles they find. Canines are substantially less liable to wolf down the valuable organisms. A few canines are prepared to relate the particular smell of truffles with delight only a short time after their introduction to the world. In Italy, the Gato Romagnolo variety of canine is presently related basically with truffle chasing. It used to be a chasing canine. It actually is, just not chasing for creatures. Number 4. Art protector. At the point when we consider canines defenders of important things, we will in general consider growling monitor canines stressing against their chains to avoid looters. Riley anyway shields compelling artwork from more inconspicuous risks. Riley the museum dog works at the Museum of Fine Art in Boston to recognize the numerous bugs that can undermine the protection of craftsmanships. Irritations as assorted as moths and rodents would all be able to pulverize workmanship in even the best run gallery. Riley utilizes his nose to track them down before they can make ruin. Riley was acquainted with the historical center at a youthful age to become acclimated to his environmental factors and to prepare him not to harm the craftsmanship himself. Riley has since become a mascot for the gallery and even highlights in his own book, The Adventures of Riley, the Museum Dog. Number 5. Cancer detector. A canine's nose is inconceivably delicate. While people have around 6 million receptors for smell, canines can have up to 300 million. Canines likewise give over a lot bigger extent of their cerebrum to deciphering the scents they distinguish. It isn't amazing then that canines can track down things that may appear to be unimaginable for us to envision. A few canines are so delicate to changes in smell that they can tell when their proprietors become ill from their scent. Different canines can be prepared to distinguish certain sicknesses in individuals they have never met. Daisy the canine has been prepared to tell who has malignant growth. Having looked at 6,000 examples, she has accurately distinguished 550 individuals with malignancy, including her proprietor. Daisy continued snuggling and pawing at my chest one day, which truly frightened me, her proprietor said. Daisy continued snuggling and pawing at my chest one day, which truly frightened me. For her work in medical care, Daisy was granted a Blue Cross medal in 2014.